We want to start with Hilton because you were literally following this deal since it, right, Hilton and Blackstone.
Hilton and Blackstone.
Hilton and Blackstone,
yes,
yeah.
You're right.
Because you're basically following this deal since the beginning.
So I will never forget this because July 3rd, 2007, so the day before Independence Day, it's been a long time in the LBO market at that point. This was at really the peak. KKR filed to go public at about 5 p.m. and Hilton announced that it was being bought by Blackstone at about 5:30. Ruined everybody's July 4th weekend. That being said, it was auspicious for another reason, which was then the market just fell out. The credit market fell out and the global economy went into the Great Recession. It was seen as a folly in a lot of ways. And yet, over the subsequent years, even as the financial crisis set in, John Gray, now the president of Blackstone, we'll get to him in a second, was talking to anybody who would listen, who would stop me on the street and tell me, you guys have it wrong, the market has it wrong about Hilton, this is going to be one of the best deals of all time. Turns out he was right. Literally the most profitable private equity deal of all time. It was the biggest check that Blackstone had ever written from a real estate and a private equity perspective. They pooled their money, and it was not without a lot of drama along the way.
So normally in a deal this big, there's some luck in it. There's always some luck in it. But talk about the smarts part of it. What did he say that nobody else saw?
What they saw was really the playbook that Blackstone had used for the previous decade as John Gray had built the real estate business, which was this was a fundamentally undervalued, publicly traded asset. It wasn't run especially well. It was a family business. It was based out in Beverly Hills. You all know the backstory to the Hilton family, Paris Hilton, both the place and the person.
Heard of her.
Exactly. Yeah. And brought in new management, a guy named Chris Nassetta, who remains the CEO to this point. They did some international expansion. They expanded the brands. They really went in and did a lot to the company.
So they earned it. It's a better company for having been bought by them.
And what's interesting about that is that this obviously came at a time where there were big existential questions about private equity. You know, are these guys just stripping and flipping? And this is going to be, it probably already is, I haven't read it, but it probably will be a Harvard Business School case study for a deal that can actually work. And you know, not for nothing, it probably helped John Gray really seal his.
Mr. Gray came out all right.
He came out all right, and you know was named earlier this year the president of Blackstone.